Okay, desolder time. Now I'm going to attempt the first chip, which is this one here. This one's sitting fairly proud. There's not a lot of leg sticking through the holes, which is not. If they cleared these holes properly before, they could have put the chip in properly and soldered it in. It would have looked exactly like the others, with about 3mm of leg sticking through. But as it is, I've just got tiny little stumps that may be more solder than leg. So, first thing I'm going to do, and this may sound completely counterproductive, is to actually re-tin the joints. And the reasoning behind this is, firstly, you're adding new flux. That's left a nasty flux stain. You're adding new flux. You're also adding new metal to the joint, which gives the soldering iron something to work with. Greater surface area to conduct the heat away, or conduct heat to the joint, I should say. So that's the soldering side done, and in comes the desolder tool. I'm trying to do this with this camera in front of me obstructing my view. It's going to be tricky. So one hole cleared. Just get the solder wet, waggle it back and forwards once, and fire the button. I can already feel the solder, the chip starting to loosen on the other side as it loses its support. Apologies if this isn't really centered on the screen. I can't really see what's being recorded while I do this. Chip is now completely loose. So to all you folk out there trying this with desolder braid, trying for what seems like hours at a time, you have my pity. Seriously, if you're going to do any form of electronics long term, you just got to get a desolder station. They make life so much easier. In terms of, just think of it as an investment in your own sanity, let alone protecting the stuff you're working on. So there we have. There it is there. Totally cleared holes. Now chip was sitting proud because they couldn't get it in before because they hadn't cleared the holes. And now sits totally flush. Sorry, totally out of shot there. Sits totally flush with the board. So that is number one. I'll just do another one. And I'll then take this tripod out of my way and burn through the others in half the time. Just check I'm taking out the right chip. I need to get a fan when I'm working because the solder fumes, flux fumes, really just wick up totally into the camera. Just sod's law being what it is. I'll clean that off later anyway. So, attempt 2. Now this desoldering iron isn't an expensive one. You can spend literally, well over $1,000 on them. Quite what you get for your money. I think you get a desolder station which blocks probably slightly less than this one does, which would be nice. But this was only, I think I paid 300 Australian for this back when the US dollar was about 70 cents. Sorry. Yeah, back when the Aussie dollar bought about 70 cents, so about $240, $250. Okay, now is that loose? There's a little bit still. Something still hasn't quite released. You'll sometimes get a little meniscus, and you may have to go back and clear the holes. But no, that's actually just dropped out there. And that chip is chip number 2. And if I hold this up to the light, you'll be able to see what condition the solder holes are in. Just totally. I don't know if you can see that at all, actually. Nah, there you go. My camera decides to focus. This is actually on an iPhone, on a little $2 tripod from China. It cost me more to post than it did to buy, but that's pretty good. So I will take the other ones off and report back.